Well, we continue now with pertinent matters. The Judicial Commission of Inquiry into Criminality, Political Interference and Corruption in the Criminal Justice System. It's commonly known as the Madlanga Commission. It's expected to continue later this morning in Pretoria. So, in a turn of events this past weekend, one of the people implicated at the inquiry, Wiandre Pretorius, allegedly died by suicide in Brakpan in Johannesburg, where Pretorius was implicated last year by the late Marius van der Merwe as one of the people allegedly involved in the torture, the murder of Emmanuel Mbhense back in 2022. To make sense of this, to talk a little bit more about these developments, what they actually mean for the work of the Madlanga Commission and the police's case on the brutal killing of Marius van der Merwe in December of last year, we are now joined on the line by Mike Bolhuis. He's a Specialised Security and Investigations expert. So, Mike, on that note, I dare say good morning, but good morning, and thank you for your time at this hour.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Mike, you've been involved with a lot of high-risk investigations. And so, based on what's transpired this weekend, let's get your take on the alleged suicide by Wiandre Pretorius. I mean, after police revealed that he was now a person of interest in the assassination of Marius van der Merwe in December, who testified at the Madlanga Commission.
Yeah, look, the public must understand, in a commission and hearing like this, anybody, no matter who, is mentioned will be called and will be a person of interest, whether they're innocent or involved or in whichever way connected. Their statements must be taken and they must be questioned. So Wiandre was one, but I know the lawyer very well, or the advocate Merwe, and we are close, we're friends, and he's also one of our advocates. And he called me about some time ago and said to me that this man has serious problems and he's very concerned. And then the shooting happened, and I advised that they bring him to us so that we can talk to him and assist and do an investigation independent from our side. But obviously that didn't happen, and this is what happened now. He did shoot himself. It is obvious, and the footage and evidence is there. But before all of this happened, he very clearly said to his advocate, and where his advocate took careful notes, that he claimed to be totally innocent. He did not know of any and has any crucial information that he can assist with. And after the shooting, it just became too much pressure for him. And he had a fight with his girlfriend and people close to him, and he was intoxicated, and all of that played a role, and then he shot himself. It's actually very sad and horrific. I feel in a way we could have saved his life. Maybe I should have taken an extra step and gone out of my way to fetch him, but this has happened now. So I don't think he's in any way. Advocate Hein knows him very, very well for years and years and years, and he says that he finds him to be completely innocent of everything, and he's prepared to give all his notes and information to the hearing.
Okay.
That is the present situation regarding him.
Okay, because Mike, I mean, as a security specialist, we were trying to ascertain what would have pressured Pretorius to actually die by suicide. But if we look at the developments now, the impact obviously on the Madlanga Commission at large, is it concerning that whistleblowers might also be hesitant to testify at the Madlanga Commission as the plot thickens somewhat?
Yes, it is, because 4 of the witnesses is dead, 2 execution style. Van der Merwe shot in front of his house. And I mean, Wiandre now similar experience. I mean, the pressure is enormous. And these guys should actually, all of them, the witnesses and anybody that has information that is crucial should be protected. You know, the criminals will kill for 2 reasons. 1, money, and if there's interference with their money. 2, information, if any information is deadly to them. And it's very clear in South Africa that drive-by shootings and killings is the way to go. If you're in the way, this is what will happen. And I would really urge the Madlanga Commission to take drastic steps that when they do a complete identification, evaluation and risk analysis with those people that are in the hearings, to by force have them protected, because otherwise this will not stop. This is now been going on for quite some time, and remember, the criminals, when they see something works, they will carry on with it, and this works. If somebody is in the way, we shoot and kill them.
So, Mike, at this point, how important is transparency in the process when it comes to the Madlanga Commission, when it also just comes to the criminal justice process at large? Why am I asking this? Pretorius was also implicated as one of the people allegedly involved in the torture, the murder of Emmanuel Mbhense back in 2022. So what does this also mean for this case at large?
Yeah, as I've said, I explained, he claims that he wasn't. But this should carry on, and as I've said, should be totally and absolutely evaluated and a risk analysis done with the witnesses, and it shouldn't stop. The commission must do its work, and it must make sure that everybody and anybody that's involved, and they must carry on. They cannot not do the work, must be protected, and the information must be taken in. But this is now side investigations that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Who did the shooting? And also the information is that it's definitely not arranged, because that was the reason when we were called to investigate that. But we will further investigate. But side investigations will now have to happen, because
Mike, I mean, there's obviously so many more questions and answers at this point. We're looking at timelines. We're looking at piecing the puzzle together, the developments, extent of organized crime at large in the country, to these parallel mafia-style syndicates as well. Closely monitoring that development alongside the country and the continent. So thank you for joining us at this hour. Let's leave our conversation there. The Madlanga Commission continues with its work at 9:30 a.m. and we'll bring you that as it unfolds. Thank you to Mike Bolhuis. He's a security specialist, joining us and weighing in on some of the developments that occurred, of course, over the weekend, as well as what transpired last week at the Madlanga Commission, as it continues today, come 9:30, as I mentioned.